Hello, Chris Godden here with Balanced Wellness, Acupuncture, and Herbal Medicine, and wanted to make this video today about sleep issues. Sleep issues is something I see a lot in clinic, whether it's acute or chronic issues, trouble falling asleep, trouble staying asleep. I just see a ton of it. So over time, I've taken the time to learn quite a bit more about these sleep issues, and a lot of what I do in the clinic revolves around educating my clients, and that's what I wanted to focus on today with this video is my top 3 tips based on neuroscience, based on the neuroscience of sleep and what we know about how the nervous system relates to sleep and what we can do to kind of take advantage of how our systems are wired. So the first tip that I have is around the understanding of what the pineal gland does in the brain. The pineal gland is a tiny gland right in the middle of your brain, actually. And one of the main things that it does is it senses light coming in from the retina and uses that information for whether or not to be producing melatonin. Melatonin is probably or possibly a hormone that you've heard of. It increases when we go to sleep, and it decreases naturally as it's coming time to wake up. And the way that it knows to do that is whether or not it's being exposed to light. So the way that you can use this to your advantage is by limiting the amount of light that you're being exposed to late at night. Ideally, that means that you're limiting your light exposure within 2 to 3 hours of going to sleep. And by light exposure, they've done studies to find that light from screens specifically, so your phone screen, your tablet, your computer, your TV, the types of light that these devices transmit are kind of the worst offenders when it comes to affecting the pineal gland and that secretion of melatonin. So as much as you can, limiting your exposure to those types of light when it's coming close to bedtime. They also make what are called blue light blocking glasses that can be helpful in just blocking the types of light that are the worst offenders. So that would be something to look up as well. So that's number one, the pineal gland. Number two is taking advantage of our understanding of the associative nature of the brain. And what we mean by that is that the brain makes associations. It's just what it does all the time in order to basically take shortcuts and save some of its energy. So when it comes to sleep, this can help you or it can hurt you. The way that it can help you is if you create a routine around your bedtime. And basically this routine is going to help your brain understand that when these specific things happen, we are getting ready to go to sleep, and melatonin is going to start being produced, and all the other things that your brain and nervous system need to do in order to get you to sleep start to occur. So what that routine can look like is it's probably going to involve brushing your teeth, but it could also be washing your face, reading a book, taking a bath, maybe doing some breathing exercises, and doing these in the same order and just allowing your brain and your nervous system to slowly kind of calm down and get into this routine that will get you into sleep. Now, the way that this associative nature can hurt you and not be beneficial is if you are the type of person that wakes up a lot in the middle of the night and you have trouble getting back to sleep, or if you do a lot of other things in bed, like you work in bed or even in the bedroom, you read a lot in bed, or you do a lot of other things that are wakeful in bed, your brain is going to start associating the bed with those things as well. So the rule of thumb, if you're a person who wakes up a lot and has trouble getting back to sleep, try to get back to sleep for about 15 minutes. If you cannot get back to sleep, get out of bed, go to another room, and do something really boring. I recommend reading a boring book with the lights down very low, and let your brain get nice and groggy and sleepy, and then go back to the bedroom to try to get back to sleep. You do not want your brain to start associating the bed with any other activities, whether it's restlessness and trying to get back to sleep and not being able to, and the frustration that comes with that, or whether it's working or any of the other activities. So taking advantage of the associative nature of the brain is huge. And the third tip that I have is this understanding that the body actually drops a couple of degrees in order to sleep. So what that means, and this is a pretty obvious one, keep your room cool when you're ready to go to sleep. The easiest way to do this is to set your thermostat a little bit cooler, but you could also have a fan on. That seems to be pretty effective for a lot of folks, and just not having too many covers on you as well. Don't bundle up too much, because the body does need to drop. They say 1 to 2 degrees. So allowing your body to do that makes it a lot easier to sleep. So there you are. 3 separate tips based on our neuroscience and what we know about the neurobiology and physiology. And you can take advantage of these things in order to help yourself get better sleep. As always, let me know if you have any questions at all. I'd be happy to help. All right, take care.